Alright, there are a set of small issues that I need to clarify. Um, I've been repeating something which I now know is false. The thing I've been repeating is that Christians generally used to be monist, but now in recent decades they've turned into dualists, which is not correct. Um, it's hard to find sources from the olden days talking about this subject, but a couple of sources that I'm going to talk about in the future refer to the majority of people, the average person, as the quote profane masses. And what that means is that people in general look at the world in a very superficial way. And due to the fact that our world has dualities in it, the quote unquote profane masses will look at the world in a dualistic way because they're looking at things in a superficial way. So the correction is that apparently, and this will be really interesting to get into, to really, even though it's such a minor issue, because it doesn't overall affect, what is or what is not reality. It's just a sociological issue. But it would be interesting to hone in on or pin down exactly what ratios of the public are esoteric or exoteric, and that those phrases actually have more of a meaning now. They actually refer to, and this might seem obvious, but the esoteric side of religion refers to the adepts. And what that really means, is just someone who is looking at the nature of being beyond a superficial level, and therefore know that there are other ways to look at the nature of being. So really, the terms esoteric and exoteric, you could think of it as referring to monists versus dualists. So that's the main correction. I haven't been making videos past few months, partly because of that, because I'm continuing to learn things. I've never claimed that I know everything, and that's why I'm not really advertising myself too loudly. But to continue along on this the set of things that I feel like clarifying, I think that it is obvious that our world has dualities. It's made up of dualities. I don't think you need philosophy. I think it's self-evident. It's just obvious. There are dualities, good and evil, black and white, etc., etc. There are different ways to view the word dualism. Back in the 1700s, there was this guy Descartes. He came up with this concept called substance dualism. And really, that's what I've been referring to when I've been talking about dualism, is this idea that there are physical particles and ghost particles. And basically everything's made up of particles, whether or not they're ghost particles or physical particles. So I continue to argue against substance dualism, even though it is obvious that our reality is made up of dualities. It is dualistic in a way. However, I believe that if you do look at things beyond a superficial level, you can, in our explicate order, in our conscious bodies, our conscious physical bodies, in our present reality, you can see that dualities are actually not dualities. I think that can be empirically and philosophically proven. And you don't need to imagine some kind of implicate order or monad that is projected. I think that the illusion of dualities can be scientifically proven. So there is a dualism. That's obvious. But even within our reality, monism is correct. Both monism and substance monism are correct. And then beyond that, beyond even the discussion of regular ontology, getting even deeper, I hold the position that our explicate order is a projection of the implicate order, namely stereographic projection. And that's beyond the whole ontology thing. And really, once you get to that level, regular ontology doesn't even matter. And really, every single viewpoint is true in a sense. Monism, dualism, idealism, and physicalism are all true in a sense. And so ontology doesn't really matter. What really matters, once you get to that level, is that not only is there not duality, but there are not multiple things. There is not time, there is not movement, there is only one thing. And that's kind of, it takes a while for someone to wrap their mind around that. But I'm continued to be proven correct on that. So my motivation to continue teaching that is being upheld. So yeah, I'll be talking more about these great sources in the future, and I'll be uploading my talk, my presentation that I gave at the virtual consciousness conference